Las Vegas, Nevada, who in Las Vegas said the following. This was a great performance by Josh Berkman. It was a very strange and quick ending to the bout. It has nothing to do with the referee one way or the other.
Keith Kizer.
Josh took care of business, released the hold immediately, and stood up. He was a little theatrical, flipping Mr. Fitch over like a pancake away from the referee, which made it look kind of strange. But that was no fault of the referee or Mr. Fitch. Thank God it wasn't John Fitch's fault, right?
Oh God, yeah, it was definitely John Fitch's fault.
Fitch is what people should be talking about.
God, this whole situation is retarded.
I feel very strongly about this, so if you will allow me a minute or two.
Go for it.
We'll see.
Keith Kizer's a fucking idiot. All across sports, there is an epidemic of horrible officiating going on across the board. Baseball, basketball, football, hockey. And the referees in every single sport are never held accountable. Ever! Ever! It's okay to criticize the players, the coaches, people in the media. The referees never. You get fined $50, $60, $100,000 for criticizing a referee. Not for putting your hand on them, not for insulting their mother, not for spitting in their mouth, for saying, boy, I think that call could have gone either way. $100,000. I don't give a fuck if these guys are making $30 million a year. $100,000 for saying something about a referee is a goddamn $100,000 for saying something about a referee. And nobody ever calls any of these assholes out on their actions. The league, the commissioners who run all these leagues that say they profess to the higher interests of the game and the fans, and they work for the betterment of the league, never do fucking shit, and I am so sick of referees getting a fucking pass. They're not doing this for charity. They're not refereeing their son's t-ball game just trying to help out with the other parents. These are paid professionals, and nobody does a goddamn thing about it every time they fuck up. I never thought I would see an MMA event where Kim Winslow was amongst the better referees of the evening, but here we go.
So what you're saying is you agree with Kizer wholeheartedly.
He's on the wrong side of a fucking choke with his thumb up his ass. Meanwhile, Josh Berkman should be getting a Medal of Honor for saving a fucking man's life. You know what? Keith Kizer, you fucking idiot. It's not Josh Berkman's job to release a hold. It is Josh Berkman's job to keep that hold until you damn near need to bring in a fire hose to release him from a hold. Because if he does release a hold, and it comes back to bite him in the ass, and it's happened because nice guys finish last in this fucking sport, then he loses the money on his table. He loses a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be a top 10 fighter on national television, and he takes food off of him and his family's table because he is trying to look out for the betterment of his opponent because you're not fucking doing it. Fuck.
That was
fact,
seriously
out of the cage. I hope to God John Fitch was storming out of the cage because he was mad at Mazzagatti. Because if he was mad at Berkman, he should be naming his next 4 kids with his gorgeous wife, Josh, Berkman, Josh, and Berkman. Because that's the only reason he's alive to have kids with his gorgeous wife, is because of one man's generosity, because the other one was fucking competent at doing his goddamn job, and his boss, the Nevada Athletic Commissioner, who oversees first and foremost the health and welfare of its participants, couldn't give a good goddamn that we almost saw something in the ring that would have been catastrophic on a number of levels. You know, goodbye to World Series of Fighting on NBC Sports, and hello to another Daku Kim Mancini moment where we actually see a man lose his goddamn life because nobody could throw in the towel and nobody was there to do their fucking job. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. And Kizer is an enabler who should be chopped down at the knee. I don't know what needs to happen. I don't know what possible recourse we have other than, write your letters and your phone calls, but something needs to be done.
We're not Nevada residents, so they don't care what we think.
No, of course not. We're just the one paying the bill.
the only person who can make a difference right now is Dana White.
And he does what he does, and
No, but he never.
Dana's
no.
trying. He's
Dana's trying. Wait, he's calling out the refs. He's not calling out Kizer.
Well, he's calling for Mazzagatti to be fired, and that has to come from Kizer.
That's great, but he's got to tell Kizer, you're a fucking idiot for not admitting that what he did was wrong. You have to be the one to say it. I can't fire him, and I can't make sure that he never refs an event. But you know what? Dana has to back up what he says by never having Steve Mazzagatti at a UFC event outside of Nevada.
Dana called it right in the fucking nose, too. He said, Kaiser's not going to do anything. He's probably going to have Mazzagatti do our main event out of pride. And Kizer, after seeing Dana go, oh, he thinks I'm full of pride? Nonsense. I'm full of humble pie. No. I look like David Lynch, so I'm just going to go ahead and applaud Kizer or applaud Mazzagatti for what he's doing. Not even at least going, we will, even take the political, we will review Mr. Mazzagatti's actions and decide what the best use of protocol is going forward. He didn't even do that much. This was an only child, a spoiled only child of a single parent who just said, well, he just had a rough day at school. He didn't need to beat those 3 people senseless and put their heads through cages. He's just trying to survive out there. No, these are not volunteers. These are paid professionals. Somebody needs to watch the Watchmen.